know the story about UNC Barbershop here. Do you use it, and if so, what do you like about that space?
I use it when I can. The line fill up like pretty fast in the barber here for about 2 to 3 hours. So when I can, I get in there and I use it. It's pretty cheap, like Cope said, pretty cheap. But yeah, when I can, I use it. But most of the times, I have my own barber that come to my house and cut me up. Yeah, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes,
pretty
sir.
good.
It's easier.
Like, what did
that
Coach
way.
say? It's like 10 miles away to get his haircut or something like that? You got somebody coming to your
Yeah,
house?
it's easier that way. You just text him, he pull up. So it's TJ the barber.
We were talking to Jeff Collins yesterday, and one guy that he said was like a topic of conversation for the JMU prep was George Pettaway, who obviously played here last year. But seeing him getting, I guess, more snaps and everything like that. I mean, I know you've seen him in person, but what stands out to you on film when you watch him within the context of what JMU?
Yeah, it's really just his shiftiness out in space. That's really what he want to do. He want to get out in space and really get one-on-one matchup with guys. And yeah, just really his shiftiness and he got his ability to catch the ball as well. It can be a factor, but really just his shiftiness and getting out in space, trying to shake people, get one-on-one matchups. But everyone flowing to the ball, and we'll be good.
Like seeing him have the season that he's having so far. The first game, they had a couple touchdowns and everything. What's it been like seeing him?
I'm happy for him. I wanted that for him. Because I know he is a good player. So I'm happy for him at the end of the day. But he got to go against us this week, so I don't want to do none of that. Yes, sir.
Vantage point, what is the biggest difference between the guys up front through 3 games this year as opposed to last year?
Man, those guys up front this year, they causing a lot of havoc. I think we had what since the last 2 games or our last 3 games, their quarterbacks didn't finish the game. So we've been going against a lot of different quarterbacks. We see the starting quarterback on film, and then like going into the third quarter, starting quarterbacks out. So our D line is doing a great job getting hits on quarterbacks and just causing a lot of havoc.
There's not the drop-off anymore when different guys come in. Travis is playing like a lot of people thought he would. Javari's having a really good year. How many different guys do you when they're rotating, how many different guys do you see them rotate up there?
They rotate really all those guys. They're in and out, and like you said, there's no drop off. So that's the most important part. No drop off when guys do come in, and yeah, those guys they causing havoc this year, and that's what I love as a defensive back. Cause havoc and get those quarterbacks up out of there.
Stick along those lines, what would you say has been maybe some of the secret sauce of these goal line stands? Because you had one against Charlotte, and down there for a long time against Central. Like what from your vantage point, what is making those work for you guys defensively?
Coach Collins, he installed this defense and this goal line defense, and man, we aggressive up front, and corners they got their one-on-one matchups, but safeties we come down sometimes. We might blitz off the edge, or we one-on-one with tight ends and stuff like that. But Coach Collins just really did a great job of installing our goal line defense.
Are you out there? I mean, this is like a heavy package.
Yeah.
Like, are you out there during that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm out there for sure.
Because it's like what you got. You got Scoob, you got
Trav,
Josh,
Bo,
Dez.
Yeah, it's a heavy package. Yes, sir. We getting out there on.
Okay, so you do make the cut for the heavy package.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Did you have any the other day when you had to redo quote unquote the goal line stand, like you went 3 plays and obviously had the penalty? Did you have any kind of reaction? It was like, oh, we have to go back.
Man, it was once that penalty came, it was back to the basics. We always say just put the ball down. That's what we stand on as a defense. Just put the ball down, and that's what we knew. Everybody on the field, we had that same mindset. Once the flag came in, you get a little like, God dang, we were supposed to get out the field, but I mean, it's just put the ball down. At the end of the day, put the ball down, and we're gonna play.
You talked a lot about the creating chaos. That's something that Dez Evans has talked to us a lot about. He just has loved that mentality, so on the play so free. I see you smiling. Like, what have you seen from him in this system that's impressed you most?
Man, Dez is a dog. He's a big part of our defense, and he's just a guy that's going to get after it. You know, in practice, he's getting after it just like it's a game. And he's just one of those guys that you can look at and, you know, he amp you up to get after it.
And just going back to, again, the goal line, don't want to like emphasize it too much, but you know, Jeff Collins was talking with us about they had maybe a total. You guys had a total of maybe like 12 preseason reps that were live.
Yeah.
So how have you been able to just have such success so far on the field with that?
It's just, you know, you really have to have great eyes down there. You know, just knowing your keys, looking at your keys, and just knowing, doing your job, basically. Everybody doing their job, and we'll be good. You know, that's the most important part. Everybody just do their role, play their role, and do their job, and we'll be successful as a defense as a whole.
And as you said, you guys can go heavy on that. You can also go really heavy. You know, you made emphasis of that. Like, how much of a factor do you just think that like size and raw power is there?
Down there, size definitely matters because you know you don't have that far to go. And size is the most important thing because you got to have that beef up front. So their O-line can't move your D-line. And then our backers and our safeties, you know, we can plug in the gaps and we don't have to worry about an O-lineman, you know, reaching us or getting up to us, getting to the second level. So it just makes it a lot easier to have that beef up front.
I want to stay on that.
Emphasis on causing havoc. How do you kind of personally see yourself doing that?
Just flying around, doing my job, and you know, being the best player I could be out there for my team. That's basically what it is, just flying around.
What would you say have been like the points of emphasis in practice heading into Saturday?
We just taking it 1 week at a time. You know, we just focusing on one game. We haven't won a game right now. That's our mindset. So we got to go 1-0 each week. And JMU is the team that we have to beat this week. So that's our focus. We just focus game by game. You know, go day by day.
I want to go back to goal line. When you're talking about Kevin, Josh, and Trav, that's 1,000 pounds basically.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
So there's a lot of things that go into it, but those guys have to do their job for everything to work. It kind of begins with them and owning those gaps and occupying some blockers. Take us through sort of the mushroom effect of them doing their job and how that affects everybody else.
Yeah, by them doing their job, that make Power job easier. That make Amari job easier, and it also make our job easier because you know what O-linemen want to do. They want to start off with a double team and work their way up to the second level or work their way up to the third level, which is me and Jakeem. And with those big guys in, you can't leave your O-lineman in a one-on-one block with those guys because they gonna make the play. You know, Trav, KJ, those guys gonna make the play, Josh, and it just make it easier for us to plug in those gaps. You know, we see the gaps way easier, and we just fit off of them.
See Travis's celebration the other day after one of those stops?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trav, he gonna turn up every time. Him and Dez, they gonna turn up for sure.
Speaking of talking about using your eyes and seeing things, take us through. You know, there's been certain moments in certain games where you get to creep up and just go, like creep up pre-snap and get back. You're back there against Central. You blew somebody up in Minnesota big time. I remember. I think it was a back. But like, what are those moments like when you know they're sort of turning you loose? What are you looking for, and what are you trying to make happen to get back there as quick as you can?
Well, first, I gotta watch the ball. That's the main thing. Coach Warren said, watch the ball, make sure you don't jump off sides. So that's his first thing. Just watching the ball, and when the ball is hiked, when the center do hike the ball, it's just basically just causing havoc, just getting back there, and I got to do a better job on making the plays though. I've been causing a lot of havoc and stuff like that, but I got to do a better job when I do get back there to, make the plays and get the ball on the ground. That's what I can say I need to work on myself.
That's a good point. A couple misses back there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I got to fix it, and I will fix it.
The guys have just brought you up, preseason or early season, they always say something along the lines of, stick just hits hard. Like, that's kind of the number one thing. How, when you think about just kind of what you want your reputation to be around the team, your role in the team, where do you see yourself, and what are your goals this season?
I'm just playing football. I just love this game. I'm just playing football, and whatever people look at me as, that's their opinion on me. But my goals are just to have a long season and win it all. That's my goals.
Stick, just going back to that real quick, because you're not 6'5",
Yeah.
with all due respect, do you think that helps you in those moments where you can maybe hide a little bit?
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying when you're blitzing?
For sure. My height definitely it have its pros and it have its cons, but one of the pros is you really don't see me, as much as you see those guys that's bigger than like taller, and I do get to creep up a lot more and surprise offenses, with my size. So it's a couple pros to it, but it's also a couple cons to it as well. So make the best out of it.
Quick question about the misses, when Adam was asking about those. Was that have those been a matter of angle, or what has been that you have to
Yeah, I've
fix?
been talking with my coach about it. It just he tell me all the time that when I get back there, I gotta slow my feet down, and I gotta we call it a cage technique, where we run, and when we get back there, slow down. Like you gotta stop your feet as you're going forward. Though you don't want to stop and just sit in the chair. You go forward and you stop your feet as you're going forward, and just look at what you're hitting and seeing what you're hitting and stuff like that. And that's one of the things my coach been working on. Coach Warren been working with me on. So I just got to do a better job at that. Sometimes I get a little too excited when I'm going back there and trying to make like you said, trying to make a big hit or something like that when all we need is a tackle. So I got to do better on that part.